Okay, we are live. Good morning. So I've got something a little different for us today. Um, the goal at the moment is to try to get PufferLib up and running on 8 rented 800s, or H100s actually. Reason for this is that we're getting new hardware delivered tomorrow, and we want to have our distributed training set up. So I hate renting hardware in general. It's a pain. But I'm going to be trying some stuff out on Hyperbolic because it seems kind of decent. I just set this up recently, earlier today, for a client. So, yeah. We're going to take a look at what happens if we can get 8 H100s. You can see here I have this single node. We're going to kill this. And let's actually make sure we have DDP running before we rent one of these. Because the goal is going to be basically that we go here, network volume. This is interesting that it actually kind of just picks one randomly. You can actually choose here. They all look like Xeons. Until Xeons. Fine. So yeah, we'll just end up like doing something like this and like pick this. And it'll be like $8 an hour or whatever. I forgot to flip the screen over. I'm dumb. Hello. Welcome. Hey, Captain. Mind giving box 2 a full reboot? Yes. Alright, here. Okay, there you go. This will... What? Oh. Okay, there you go. There's your reboot. So yeah, for folks watching this, I just figure... Alright, amateur hour here. I'd forgotten to flip the screen over. I'll go back through that stuff 1 second. Chat. Let me put chat over here so I don't miss it. Stick chat under camera. Okay. So we have here Hyperbolic 8xH100s ready to go. Now all I gotta do is make sure DDP actually works on our latest stuff first. Okay, so we have this thing. Let's see, let's see if this still works. To enable traceback, see if this does anything. No such file or directory. This is an old command. That's why. GP wouldn't work because I set max BPT size too high for sweeps and triggered an assertion. Currently there's a hard max of 256 due to assertions. Cool. Yeah, I need to clean up a bunch of stuff with this. So, my strategy was work super hard on Saturday to get like a bunch of new Env and demos things done. Completely crash out yesterday. Get some R&R. I'm pretty well rested, and the goal is today to start back on release side work. So DDP is actually crucial for release. That is one of the things that has to be in there for clients specifically. It's also going to help us a lot. And surrounding like kernel shenanigans will be included directly after. DDP, Distributed Data Parallel. It's run with our main algorithm. You're thinking of DDPG. What's this torch distributed run? Shenanigans here. PufferLib is not a package. Should be. You know why? It's because it's... Can I do -M? There we go. Boom. Now, I don't think I actually had all the initialization stuff set up for this. But let's grab this command. Put this over on the side. Get a new window for setting up hyperbolic. Sir, I would like to rent 8xH100s. And I would like to put cuDNN base on it. Actually, this needs to be... Need to edit this link. Okay, so this is going to give us puffer 3.0. and we will see from here where this goes. The hope is that we should be able to train at like 3 to 4 million steps per second. I don't know what CPUs these things have, though. We have to check that. You'd hope that they'd at least have like a 32-core processor, right? It showed the specs on the website pop-up, did it? I don't see the CPU. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so they actually, you're right, they do show. So it's Xenon. It looks like they've all got Xenon, Platinum. Those shitty sponsored links. Total cores 56. Okay. So kind of an awkward number of cores for RL to not have 64. We can assume that we have 4 to 6 cores per GPU. 4 to 6 cores. Okay, so here is just a single core. Okay, so it's like 500-ish K on one core. I mean, one GPU. We've got num nodes, num procs per node. N nodes is N GPUs, right? Yes. So if I do like 4, takes a while. It's a bit suspicious. Let's also check our local settings. This thing. Oh, yeah, this thing isn't doing anything. It's just hanging, right? So I guess it's like waiting for an init that I missed or something. Okay. I know I had this working in an earlier build. Maybe even in 2.0. Did we have I don't know, did we have DDP in 2.0 at all? No, we didn't. It's not even getting to the initialization step. Figure out why that is. There's no way to search these things. There should be a way to search these. Yeah, and then like I didn't squash commit. I mean, if I just like pick some random thing. I believe the demo file had like some sort of init. Yeah, this thing. So did I miss this in the port somehow? Yeah, it looks like I did. Local rank. Okay, so we have this is initialized. Ah, yeah, this is what you wanted to have in train, right? But the thing is, you've already screwed up the policy. Because, like, so right here, you load the policy. And we have where's the torch guide on this thing? I forget if you even have to do this manually anymore, if it just wraps the policy for you. Okay, no, you do have to do this manually. And then there's the LSTM issue, right? See if this does anything. Yeah, this is still not doing it. Because I think it's waiting to like connect or whatever. Oh, I see. It just doesn't work if you have any sort of syntax error at all. Be sure to call init process group. I see. So this actually has to get called first. And this rank should just be set to rank, right? Like, no need for you to pass rank manually, just pass backend. Okay. Okay. Lots of just changes to how we handle our models, making it a little tricky. Okay, so there we go. So that is now training with, hopefully, what we expect. If I set this to 2 nodes, it appears to hang. Possibly this could be logging. No, because I don't see anything actually running at all. So we haven't even gotten to that somehow. Trying to figure out where this thing is. So it says to do this record thing. So this didn't do anything for me before. Fine. Record. I think it's not erroring. I think it's just hanging, right? Oh, because it's parsing none as a string. That's super obnoxious. And that's super crazy. I didn't know that I'd broken that. That sucks. Well, we can't fix that right now. So... it's weird that this works with one node. Does it work with multiple processes per node? Let's see. Okay, so this works. Procs per node should be 2. Okay, duplicate rank on both CUDA device. So yeah, so this is not... yeah, this thing that they gave us doesn't make any bloody sense because... is it the output device? Like, does this make sense? Invalid usage. Duplicate GPU. You need to set world size. No. Duplicate GPU still. Where's their... Okay, they do have a minimal example here. Man, you know, it's like people use the torch docs as a gold standard for stuff, but they actually kind of suck if you think about it. Like it's like written like an encyclopedia, which is just not a good way. Not a good way to document code at all. Okay, so this is better. So we have init process group. Make sure this still runs with one process per node. Oh, this is just the terminal messing with me there. Okay, so this is actually failing as well. Pretty much anything other than this, world size 1. Does that not run now? That still runs. Yeah, it just hangs on this. So that's super annoying because how do you debug that? Yeah, let's go for a super simple network. I bet there's like something with me using .cuda in places. But like it doesn't give us a trace back at all. Yeah, so this literally just doesn't tell you anything. Having a process just hang is like the worst thing to friggin' debug on this. I mean, I know I had this working on this version of the code, right? There's something weird with like forward versus forward train. It's like so hard to tell because I don't think it's getting there, right? I think it's like failing way before. But how the heck are you supposed to be able to tell? Okay, that's interesting. That's like something. Invalid rank requested. Total number of processes across all nodes. This is supposed to be set to 2. Possibly. No, it's just not. This is like so stupidly janky. I can't believe this is what everyone uses for distributed. I mean, I know like stuff like deep speed is 0 is even worse by like a long shot. What the heck is this? Invalid value for an argument. So can I do this again? Like, oh, I think I have to put this in. No, this is fine, right? Just not picking up end variables. Very cool. Invalid rank. Okay, so this is supposed to be world size 2. But then we get this. This is probably a later error, though. What if I move this to here? Then it just hangs, right? Can't run multiple processes on a GPU. Noxious. Okay, so we actually, that's not me being stupid. We hit a legit bug. So this is here. We have this, right? Yes. Okay, it's updated to 2. Slightly better. Still gonna screw up. Oh, do you have to move the policy to local rank? You probably do, right? That would make sense at putting it on the wrong GPU, right? I wish this would give me some kind of error, though. It just, like, frickin' hangs. I think it just eats prints as well, doesn't it? Yeah, this thing just eats prints. Garbage software. Can I use an H800 build PufferLib model generator for recycling LLM text? Not that type of not that type of RL. This is not LLMs. And this just drives me crazy when I have to debug stuff blind because I don't have enough info. It's just like terrible software. And like I give him a little bit of a pass because like, yeah, okay, multi-process GPU stuff, it's difficult to like recover things from that. But like, holy hell, what are you supposed to do when this is your feedback loop? Your feedback loop is try a thing, nothing. Like, it's like RL with 0 reward signal. Do we see anything with glue? This thing's supposed to not eat prints? Apparently. But it's literally prints on the first line, so I don't see how you get around that. Should not have to be freaking flushing prints manually either. I don't think that does anything. Just, yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, there's just nothing here. As soon as you go to EndNodes 2, it just breaks, right? Wait, is this how it's supposed to be? Hang on. Maybe I'm dumb. Which one of these is for multiple? Okay, so this is okay. I did not understand how this thing is. This is fine then. This is expected even. Then it should be 2, 1. It should be something like this. Now we actually get something. This needs to be world size equal. This thing still eats prints. At least it debugs now. Oh, wait, I think I saw, yeah, there we are. So there's world size. It did still eat. Hey, Akarsh, how's it going, man? I am currently trying to get Puffer running on 8xH100s. I had distributed working in like a previous dev branch, and apparently I broke something. So we're gonna see if we can get neural MMO3 training at like, I don't know, 3 or 4 million steps a second. Which would then be 100 billion steps in a day, or less. I really hate torch runs, like distributed thing, and the debugging for this is awful. It eats prints, randomly hangs, doesn't give you good logs. Bleh. Maybe I'm in the wrong sub area, you know? Maybe I should just build all the freaking low level infra for ML. Maybe I should just do that. I don't know. Be more interesting for sure. But then RL doesn't get solved, so I had to do that first. Did you like the puffer env? Here, I'll train it real quick for you. This is the tons of puffers M's. Look at this thing. 3.5 million steps a second. Alright. This thing took me like 3 hours total to build. The hardest part about it was getting the assets, frankly. You can see the episode length going down since they always hit the target. It's just how fast they do it. All right, 30 seconds training. Boom, done. Just running a quick eval. And now puffer eval. Vert. And you can see the puffers. I mean, that's RL working just out of the box, right? Oh, the algorithm's RL. Pile Mesa 3. This is Raylib, which is using OpenGL backend. Yeah, but Akarsh, this is like the code for this is very simple. This is 250 lines total, including the rendering. Like that's the step function. It's a screen of code. And there's your observations, and that's pretty much it. It's 1,000 puffers. Like, you can do a lot of cool stuff in this area now. AGI when? Man, when like all the bad software and the people making bad software decide to like get good. Cause honestly, the hard stuff is not even solving the problems. It's just fighting shitty tools at this point. Like, that's the hardest thing, is straight up is just fighting shitty tooling. Okay, so for some reason it's assigning both cards. Thing should be able to see all the cards. See ya, Karsh. Actually, I can try this with glue. Because glue is supposed to work with this, just as a test. Right? Ah, okay. So, that's cool. Glue actually gives us something to work with here. Solid. Except, what the heck? Glue and force not met. Eh? That finished training? No, that didn't finish training. What the heck? In... Okay, dist... It looks like in dist sum. Okay. Inconsistent data types. Same type and size across all processes. Well, that's not going to be the case. Wait, how does this make any sense? Oh, because wait, we take mean. I guess technically these don't have to have stats at the same time, right? Yeah, this, okay. I mean, I can just log from rank 1 technically. I wish it would give me, does it give me the full trace back? If I scroll back up, like, that's actually would tell me quite a bit if I have the full trace. Okay, so 655. But it's called from 477, which is down here. Yes, okay. So, what we're going to do for now, since these functions do work, but they're not written for this, they're like not written to be resilient, we'll just do this for now. I want to get it training first, and then we can fiddle with it. So this will be rank 1. Okay, that runs. If this doesn't run, it'll be because something jank I'm doing in the policy. Okay, so it's definitely doing double time here. And it's got 2 cards running. So it's not running it any faster. This is with the glue backend, though. Oh, and I have to do world size. It's already done. Cool. Now, if I run it with 8 cards, I don't know if I trust this, dist sum. It should be summing. I mean, agent steps is getting the sum, right? The Y... Yeah, that doesn't make sense at all. Because we're getting, like, at least 1 update per second. And it should be 500k from each worker. And I actually see it flickering, like each worker is at, like, roughly 500k. But then the sum... Oh, you know why? It's because it's not getting printed to the main... Yeah, dashboard. Okay. Hey, Quixotic. We're doing some distributed shenanigans today. 8xH100s is 200 grand worth of hardware that, because modern economics make absolutely no sense, you can rent for less than $8 an hour. I will show you. These guys have to be running at a loss or something, because I have right here 8 800s to play with, and it's costing me not a lot of money. Yeah, like most places have them for $2 each an hour, so it would be 16 an hour. I don't know what the heck these guys are doing. Like, you run the math and you don't break even on the hardware cost, so they must just be selling like extra capacity just so that they're not idle. I don't know. What are you building, sir? I'm currently working on adding, or really re-adding, because I had it working before and broke it, but distributed training for PufferLib, which is our high-performance reinforcement learning library. The goal is to be able to train at millions of steps per second. I think actually, maybe with some of the faster environments we have, we might be able to hit 10 million steps a second today, which would be nuts. It is technically feasible. We shall see. Hanging or what? Is it possible this is just not printing? Yeah, I don't know if they actually win doing that, though. Is the thing, right? Like, do they actually win when they do that, or no? Or do they just win funding and then go bankrupt? Oh, I think that you have to put this... Yeah, because it won't get to this call. No blockchain crypto. Why would I do that? I have all sorts of cool science to advance right here. If blockchain crypto folks want reinforcement learning, then I have things that I can do for that. But for my own stuff, I mostly do the research side. Much better than the Russians. I don't know, Russians are pretty cool, man. They like, I hear they like go and fight bears in their free time just for the hell of it. All right, there we go. So that's 4 million steps per second training on Neural MMO3, which is kind of ludicrous. That's actually freaking ridiculous. Now, the steps are not updating at the correct rate. But yeah, 4 million step per second Neural MMO3 training for $8 an hour. So that means that, holy hell. Yeah, if that just works, can't we, like, train in half a day? Wait. Like, hang on. 100 billion steps, right? A lot of zeros. But if you divide by 4 million steps per second, and then you divide by 3600s per hour, yeah, that's literally 7 hours to train Neural MMO3. That is obscene. Now, it does start to get a little bit pricey if I want to leave this on for weeks on end, but, you know, let's say we have our new box that's arriving tomorrow. So, like, let's say that our new box gets, like, I don't know, 2.5 mil steps per second because it's got 6 GPUs. That's still 11 hours. So, like, I could leave that on for a week and do 1 trillion steps of training. Can I make it 1 trillion, though? You know, by 2030, we'll just have PufferLib training 1 trillion steps per second. That would be worth much more than $1 trillion. Context compared to a similar real-world problem complexity. It's hard. Like, Neural MMO is way harder than the vast majority of RLMs used in research, though, I will say. The thing is that, like, complexity of problem does not necessarily correlate to difficulty to simulate, right? So, like, there are really easy learning problems that are just hard to simulate fast, and then there are really hard problems that are easy to simulate fast. Those are the ones where you want to throw RL, like, really hard problem but easy to simulate fast. Can't even make a good contact physics. Yeah. I don't know, man. I've thought about trying to, like, do a physics engine, but the thing is, like, you know, the only thing that would really get me interested in doing like a really good physics sim, like a low-level physics sim, it would be if it weren't just like a robotics physics sim, but if it were like some like molecular level sim for like physics research, advancing physics research, or like advancing bio research, right? Like that type of stuff is awesome. Then I would actually be interested in doing like low-level physics sim stuff. Um, like robots are cool. I'm happy to work with people in robotics. You know, PufferLib is an obvious fit for that type of stuff. But like, I think that the most interesting use cases of RL are actually outside of robotics. Like humanoid robots doesn't build like just having a ton of humanoid robots. I don't think that gets me to the future that I want to see, as much as like RL and a whole bunch of other things does. Trying to take a 3D model to a 0D approximation. 0D 3D model to 0D. You can have 3D sim. It's just like, it's just simulation engineering, right? Is what this is. You just need like good systems people and like good systems people who've built sims. Let me go grab meta real quick. I'll do it after I get this working, I'd say. Actually, yeah, no, let's not get distracted. Let's just use this as the example end for now. So I should probably, since this is an instance, I should commit more frequently than I normally would. You're not excited about robots taking over physical jobs? Well, I think it's pretty deranged the way that a lot of the tech CEOs talk about that these days. Like, we can automate jobs is like the most dystopian and boring possible implementation of this crap, right? Like, we can make, we can make tech that makes like sci-fi real, right? Like, that's cool. We can solve disease and like scarcity and like space exploration. Like, these are cool things, right? I don't know how the hell you get up in the morning and look at yourself in the mirror saying, yep, time to go automate some more jobs today. That's just lame. That's not why I get up in the morning. I get up in the morning to do cool research in advanced science. What's up, Kyung? Yo, hey, Kyung. If you're doing stuff and you don't have your own hardware yet, hyperbolic. They're a buck per H100 per hour. Like half the price of everything else, and it takes 5 minutes to set up. We're getting tiny boxes tomorrow, so I'm like fiddling around with this, trying to make DDP work before we actually have our own hardware. How about versus Vast? Less than half the price for H100s, man. I was using Vast a fair bit, and they're good for 5090s and stuff. But like, if you just go here and you do to like, where is this? Yeah, look at these H100s. $180, 320, like 640. And they're also like jank as well. Like, the machine specs are way more different on this, where they have like way more consistently set up machines here. TinyBox is 4090X6, yes, and we have 2 of them arriving. So we get plus 12 GPUs. And back of the envelope says that we should technically be able to do a 1 trillion step neural MMO run on that if we want to, in like a couple of weeks. So, if you got cool robotic stuff to run, we can spot you some compute. I actually have to go get a screwdriver and like fix. You probably can't hear it because I have mic filtering, but like there are fans in the back that are just rattling like mad. I gotta go fix on the other boxes, so you gotta be a little careful when buying your machines. I know all the specs and like what to buy and what not to now, but it took a while. Came out in August. Oh, that takes a while. I might be back in Palo Alto by then, man. We should meet up. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna do like a month or 2 there, I think. No idea what Berkeley's boink is. Okay, so what next with this? I guess we try to get NCCL backend working because it's better, right? Try to get like NCCL. You don't have to turn 3D stuff into 0D stuff for PufferLib. You just have to turn slow 3D stuff into fast 3D stuff. Okay, so it works now. It works with glue, but not NCCL. If I log a stat that is shared by all agents, do I still need to log.perf for each agent? Or do I set log.perf equal? You definitely don't set it because it's going to get accumulated over a long period of time. So it's kind of up to you, Spencer. Like, you could add a metric, for instance, that is total dirt or whatever, and then you'd have to mess with n so that it averages out correctly. The shared, I think you would have to add like, num agents times that metric, and then increment log.n by num agents is what you would have to do. Wait, 0. No, they're labeled 0 through 7. Isn't that mathematically the same as iterating through and adding? Yeah, it's the same thing, Spencer. So if you have the metric and you just want to, like, you can do it either way. Okay, so this is not set. What if I do this? Do we run? Oh, we're doing something. We still get the error. Torch CUDA current device. So wait, we set the device to local rank. Then we do maybe this. Yeah, this is an NCCL error, not a me error, I think. Not reporting metric on multi. That's usually how it goes. You get me a lot of dozers running, and I will get you ludicrously fast training. Well, maybe you gotta do this. I think that helps. Still problem. Explicitly setting the number of GPUs. Weird. It says that setting CUDA visible devices. We have CUDA visible devices set. We get local rank. Ah, what is wrong with this thing? At least I'm not nuts. It's like, it is NCCL being weird because glue works. Why is it setting the device to 1800? Alright, so this actually does set all the ranks reasonably, yeah. Container configuration. 1,000. It looks like tons of people get this crap. Set device. Local rank. Hmm? But I am setting the device here now. Is it possible I have some like jank? A .CUDA or something where it shouldn't be a .CUDA? Nope. Apparently, if you move this up, still doesn't fix it. That's bizarre. It doesn't work for me. Why doesn't it work for me? Do I have to... Do I have to do this? Something's not adding up here because all these fixes don't actually fix anything for me. Booted device 18. How the hell is this doing this? Okay, so this is the exact error I'm facing, and it has no replies. Exact error I'm facing and has no replies. Lovely. Okay, this is random Chinese site. Nope. Is this the same error I have? You know, this is not the same error. Pushing the model to GPU 0. Well, .2 rank would be expected. Okay, I mean, I guess that does make sense. But like, where does it do that? Let me know when you get done with GPU setup and want to talk LP stuff. Yeah, my bad, Aaron. Thanks. I will. What time works for you? I'm trying to fix multi GPU distributed shenanigans. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Try this real quick. Failing in a net. Anytime until around 5:30 sounds good. I will fix bug and then I will come chat. There we frickin' go. Alright. We're probably gonna be ready in a second here, actually, Aaron. That looks like initial training result. Possibly. Cool. Does it just not give you root on your own container? Really? Well, that's okay. We'll just do this. Oh, we have to do it on without Atom. Does it still work with Muon? Looks like it. That ought to be good. Let me message Aaron. Perfect. So, I'm gonna go chat with Aaron for a bit. I will be back in. I don't know how long it'll take us to get through this. Hour, 2 max. And then the plan is gonna be for the rest of today, we're gonna just make distributed training really good. As good as we possibly can in one day. So, I'm gonna run this initial benchmark on neural MMO. We're gonna fix it so that you actually log distributed stats in a reasonable way. And we'll do a few other general enhancements as well. So then the hope is that we will have like stable training at this ridiculous speed ready for pretty much everything. So thanks for tuning in, folks. I will be back later today. If you want to support all my stuff, puffer.ai, you can start the repo for free. Helps me out a ton. If you want to get involved with ultra high perf RL dev, it's all open source. Join the Discord. Thanks, and I will be back in a bit. Bye.